If you're a man over 30 and you've tried online dating recently, you probably wondered why you aren't getting that many matches. Are the apps just broken? Maybe I'm just not that attractive. You swipe for days, maybe get one or two matches, send a few messages, and eventually the conversations just fizzle out. Interactions go nowhere. It's frustrating, and after a while, it's easy to think maybe these online dating apps just weren't made for guys like me. But that's not actually the problem. The real issue is that most men don't even set themselves up properly for success. They don't know where to begin. Most dating advice out there wasn't written for guys like us. So today I want to talk about why dating after 30 feels different and what you can actually do about it. If you're new here, I'm Brandon, and the whole point of this channel is to help men over 30 succeed at dating and build confidence in life in general. I'm not a pickup artist, and I'm not some magician who's going to sell you magic tricks and one-liners that are guaranteed to work, because nothing is guaranteed. I'm just a normal guy who's struggled with dating for years and years, and I've learned through trial and error and eventually met my dream wife. And I want to share some of the things that I've learned that I wish someone had taught me back when I was still dating. Here's the first thing to understand. Dating in your 30s is not the same game as it was back in your 20s. It's not a bad thing, it's just different. You probably got a career now and have much less time to waste on people that are not a good fit for you. You value your time more because you understand what that costs you. We're not young 20-year-olds that are going to live forever anymore. You're probably not looking for one-night stands or for excitement for its own sake. You're looking for compatibility. Your expectations have changed, and honestly, so have theirs. So if dating apps feel harder than they used to, it's not because you got worse at this. It's because the rules quietly change right underneath your nose. The game didn't really get harder, it just evolved into something different. Now this is where I want to normalize something, because almost every guy I talk to experiences these things. First, I don't get enough matches. Second, when I do get matches, my conversations don't go anywhere. I don't get any replies. And third, I keep getting ghosted. Here's the truth, these experiences are incredibly common. They happen to attractive guys, ugly guys, successful guys, everything in between. Genuinely great guys. These happen to everybody, right? They've happened to me a shit ton. A slow week on the app doesn't mean that you're unworthy or unattractive or that you're never gonna find your match. It usually means something fixable in your process is happening. There is not something fundamentally wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. So if it's not you, then what is it? What could it be? In my experience, it almost always comes down to the same three mistakes that guys make. Mistake one, bad photos. This is the big one. Photos do most of the heavy lifting on the dating apps, and most guys are using pictures that don't really show them at their best. Mistake two, a weak bio. Guys will either usually put in some generic fluff or some super long detailed essay. You don't have to overthink it, but both of these things send the wrong message. Mistake three, no intentionality. Swiping right on autopilot, every picture you come across swiping right, sending a message without a clear plan or a clear intention, hoping something sticks instead of having a real strategy. You have to know what you want, and you have to convey that properly as well. The good news is that all three of these are completely within your control and they are fixable. And it's not even that hard. So here's what actually moves the needle. First, fix your photos. Aim for 5 or 6 photos that each will do a different job. First, a clear headshot. A natural smile, good lighting, your full face visible, no sunglasses or hats or masks. Second is a full body shot. This is so she can see the full picture and not have any surprises, and so she can see how you take care of yourself. Third is a social or activity shot, out traveling with your friends, at an event with your family, something just to show that people like you and you do have a life. Fourth is a hobby or a passion shot, doing something you're into, hiking, playing music, dancing, martial arts, painting, reading, anything. Just try to avoid gym selfies or pictures of you holding a fish. Fifth, a candid natural shot, just you smiling, laughing with your friends or in a crowd of people, something that just looks like you're enjoying life. And sixth would be an optional closer, Something to have a little funny at the end of your profile, maybe something like you holding your cat, or just a picture with your pet, or just something to really show a little bit more about your personality, right? Things to avoid with your pictures: any bathroom mirror selfie, whether it's at your house or at the gym. Flexing, that's pretty cringy. Don't have any pictures of yourself holding a big fish you caught. Women don't really care about that. No pictures of you drinking alcohol or doing drugs, if you can help it. Anything where you're hard to identify, like you in a big group where it's not easy to tell which one is you, especially as your first photo. Don't do that as your first photo. Anything blurry or bad lighting, or anything that's a really old picture from years ago, don't be a catfish. So once you get your pictures all squared away, next, write a bio that sounds like a real person, because that's what you are. You're a real person. And try to structure it in 3 quick beats as opposed to just random adjectives or some kind of job resume. So first, have 1 line about what you actually do with your time, and don't put your job in there. Have something that really shows a bit about who you are. 1 line with a little bit of humor, something that might be a bit of a conversation starter and show that you do have a sense of humor. And then 1 line that shows a bit of what you're looking for. But don't make it sound like it's a job posting, right? Avoid really generic cliches like, I love to laugh, I love to eat, I like to have fun. Looking for someone to have fun with, looking for a good time, looking for my partner in crime. Ugh. Or just really anything that could just apply to any generic person. Try to be just a little bit unique. So next, for your first message, when you do have a match, because you're going to get a lot, send something more than just, hey, or hi, how you doing? Send something that references something from her profile or from her pictures. Pick 1 detail from her profile, whether it's a unique place that she went to visit, or a hobby she's into, something she likes, doesn't like, types of food, whatever. Ask a genuine, easy to answer question about it. Have it be open-ended, not just a yes or no, like, did you like it? Yes, I did like it. Okay, thank you. That's all I want to know. Bye. And don't ask something that requires her to have a long essay response either. That's a bit too much. Keep it short. Don't write an entire paragraph, maybe just 1 or 2 sentences, right? So for an example, as opposed to just saying, hey, how's it going? If she has a picture of her hiking with her dog or saying she likes to do that, ask which hiking trail that was and how much you like to go hiking as well. Also, never say anything sexual or give any kind of physical compliments like, hey, beautiful, hey, gorgeous, or hey, you're really sexy. Do not do that. It's a huge turnoff for most women, and you're going to kill your chances before you even have a chance. Next, you have to be patient. This is less about a checklist. This is more about just having a mindset, right? So expect a low response rate. Expect a low match rate. Even the best profiles, the best messages, they don't get a ton of matches or responses. Maybe some guys do. That was never me, right? It's not personal. And it says nothing about who you are as a man. Don't take it personally. If you do get a lot of matches, which is fantastic, don't just blast out a bunch of generic messages with like a spray and pray approach. It's important to take your time and be thoughtful with it, but don't waste time either. And treat each match as like a low stakes practice run, right? This is not an entire valuation of your worth as a man. Leave your ego at the door. Seriously, I know it's hard, but don't take it personally. Next, one thing that's very important as well is building a life outside of the dating apps, outside of your phone, really. And this is about actually having material based on you living a great, interesting life that people would want to be a part of, not about just building up talking points in a conversation on some dating app, right? It's more than that. So try to have 1 or 2 things going on in your life that you're excited about. Whether it's a trip or an accomplishment, something coming up, something you just did, that you can always fall back on and speak to. These become natural conversation starters, and they could be a big help in your dating process. So confidence, it reads through tone, not effort. Have you ever heard a guy who's just speaking very loudly and you think that he wants to be confident, but you can tell it's really insecure? So your energy that you give off and your tone, that's what really conveys confidence. Don't look at the picture behind me with the cat in space. So that confidence, it's not needy, it's not demanding, it's usually very relaxed and at ease and comfortable with yourself. And who you are offline, your life offline, that really will support your life online as well. It's going to give you the great material for pictures and a bio, and it's going to make you a more well-rounded person. So none of this is a secret hack. These are just areas of improvement to tweak over time, consistently be changing and tweaking. This is like one big science experiment. Try something out. If it doesn't work over a period of time, change it a little bit, tweak it a little bit. Don't just build your profile and just, don't set it and forget it, right? Always be tweaking. And I'll be honest, looking back at my life, I personally deleted all my dating apps multiple times because I was just not having much success. I was getting burnt out. It can be very exhausting. Dating can be a very, very exhausting thing. But once I began to really take a step back and be honest with myself and take note of the things I was doing right and the things that I might be doing wrong and trying to change them and tweak them, I began to have a lot better success. So if online dating feels like it sucks right now, you're not alone and it's not hopeless. Focus on the things that you can actually control. Be patient with the process. Always be improving. Always be tweaking. And remember that confidence is not built by just waiting around hoping for things to happen. It doesn't magically just occur. Confidence is built by taking action. Check it out, why don't ya? Now, if you want some help getting started, I actually created a free guide of how to build a better profile. Everything from photos to bio to the first message, so on and so forth. The link is below and it's totally free. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I did. This is Brandon from Modern Confidence. I'll see you next time. Ooh, this shit is draining my battery.